Hi, and welcome to my overview video on the brand new 6-inch Moerman glass scraper. Moerman calls this the Sharkblade. Apparently in their minds, the top portion of this scraper somewhat resembles a hammerhead shark. I'll let you be the judge of that. But anyway, talking about the head of this scraper, this is the first feature I want to show you. So normally on a lot of glass scrapers, you'll have a cap that covers the blade, helps protect the blade from getting damaged, as well as protecting you from being cut accidentally from the blade. In this particular case, the head is retractable. That's right, the head is retractable, not the blade. I hear a lot of people saying the blade is retractable. The blade stays perfectly still. It's just that when you push this button in here and then pull this lever down, the head of the scraper comes down to expose that blade. You can do your scraping, and then when you're all done, you just reverse the steps. Again, button in the front, lever in the back, and you push that back up to cover the blade again. Now everybody's safe again. So the first thing I did notice playing around with this retractable feature is that it's a lot easier to get the head to retract down if when you push the button on the front, you have your thumb actually just above that lever, not here. Your instinct is to put your thumb here where it's rounded. I just find that it works a lot easier and faster to pull it down there. Pushing it back up to cover the blade, you can do it just about anywhere, either here or wherever it's comfortable to push it up. Now, you'll probably notice that from looking at a side profile that it looks quite similar to an accelerator squeegee handle. That's right, you get the same multiple angle choices that you do with an accelerator squeegee. You get the 40 degree, the 25 degree, 10 degree, 5, and -20. -5 and -20. The first thing I want to point out is, in my opinion, a 40 degree is slightly too sharp a lot of times for scraping, especially on a pole. If you're going straight, like you got this on a pole and you got it like that, it's not bad. But as soon as you pull the pole a little bit away from the wall, this is what you're going to get. As opposed to scraping just underneath the debris, you're going to get more of a dragging of that blade, and it's going to skip and chatter, and it's not going to be good. So you're probably going to want to have the angle set at 25 most of the time, in my opinion. There might be some instances when, yeah, you are going to use the pole exactly vertical like this, and the 45 will work. But I think most of the time, if you're holding that out, 25 is going to be good. The 10, it's almost like using a straight scraper. It's not all that different. -5, can't really see a big use for that. Now the -20, I'm going to show you that in a minute, how a -20 can really come in handy. So from time to time, you may find that there's some glass that you need to scrape, and even though it's ground level and in front of you, there could be some obstacles in front, like if it's a residential, there could be some thick bushes, or in storefronts or fast food places, there could be displays or tables in front. So you have to use an extension pole. Now, if you use the regular angle, when you put the scraper on the extension pole, right away you can tell that you're just going to be dragging that blade across the glass. You're not going to be doing a proper job. Even if it was a straight scraper, it might be fine doing the upper portion, but down here, again, you're just going to be dragging that blade across. It's going to sound horrible. Well, this is where you're going to want to put the scraper into that -20. You can see that there. That way, even though the extension pole is somewhat horizontal, even starting off like right down to the bottom here, you can scrape up. No nasty dragging of a blade across the glass. Perfect job. But one thing I want to say about scrapers and having moving parts. Now, if you've got a solid construction such as this one here or this one here, if you're doing a whole lot of scraping, especially hard to remove debris, I'm always a big fan of non-moving parts. You're going back and forth, you're using a lot of force. The more you have moving parts, the more you have a chance of something breaking. So for those of you who are using a scraper occasionally, this is definitely a scraper that I would recommend to you. It's got a lot of interesting features to it, and I think it'll hold up well. But those of you who have got these big jobs, that, let's say, trying to remove a lot of old vinyl that's been baked on storefront windows, and you just have to keep going hard on that, having having a pivot point like that is always going to be a slight weak spot. So I'd just be a little bit careful about that. The other thing I want to point out too is that because scrapers are retractable, or the head is retractable, it is something that if you don't keep the inside of your scraper nice and clean, like you take the blade out quite often and clean it up, it is something that can start to function quite poorly or not function at all. But speaking about taking the blade out, I just want to show you that now. On the bottom part there, you'll see there's an arrow pointing out that way. There's also instructions just along here to tell you you can pull out that way. So basically there's like a little lip that you get your thumbnail in there, and then you can pull that out and you can slide that in there. So as opposed to like on an Unger scraper where you have the body of the scraper as well as a blade holder and a blade that goes inside, this is basically like one half of the scraper is holding the blade. You can see these, you can probably see these little circles here. That's where they match up on the blade. Okay, so this is a lot thicker than a typical blade holder, so it should hold up quite well. But it's not an easy thing to replace if you do break it or you lose it or whatever, because like I said, it's kind of like one half of the one side of the scraper. It's not an individual blade holder. So you want to take this apart occasionally, clean it up, and of course if you need to flip the blade over, you can just flip it over. As far as blades go, you can use just about any third-party 6-inch scraper blades, either from Unger, Triumph, that kind of thing, Ettore 6-inch scrapers. They all should pretty much work fine there. As far as fitting this scraper on a pole, obviously the Moerman pole tip is the 100% compatibility. It makes use of the higher hole as opposed to the lower hole that's on the back of it. If using with an Unger pole, the locking mechanism would make use of the lower hole. It's always a good idea if you can lock your scraper onto the pole tip. So you have that there. And then the least compatible, in my opinion, is the Ettore pole tip, even though it is a locking tip. You put that in there. You know, it meets up with the locking pin, but there is a little bit of play there. So again, not 100% compatible. You can get by in a pinch, but it's not my number one choice. Anyway, I hope you found this overview of the Moerman Sharkblade scraper helpful. Thanks for watching.